Proud to be here. I'm an ex-student of Jai Hind College. I just did my 11th and 12th of here, and it gives me a lot of joy and pleasure to come here. The goal is obviously that we'll have a so-called bhashan of mine for some time, which I hope you can bear. But the key point I want to understand from you what are your goals from startups? What is the and what I understood from Jairat on the kind of students. Some are 12, some are third years BCom, BSc, some are postgrad also. The whole point is that my objective here is to be how you can get your own startup started once you finish your graduation, how you can get funding for that the day you pass out, and get a salary from your own startup, so that you don't need to join Infosys or Wipro or TCS. Okay, so till then, till Jairat is checking, we are the world's only incubator program for startups. Just to clarify a few definitions you all must have come across. There is one thing called accelerator, which is a company which gives you some money, and they say $10,000, $20,000, and they expect you to grow. And it might be just a grant, or they might take some equity, some percentage stake in your company. Feel free to interrupt me if anything is not clear. There are other companies like incubators. So, example, there is a physical space where they may not give you money, but they give you computers, they give you an office for running your startup for 6 months. And I've been talking to all the other incubators. Why can't you have a common team like a website development team, a common team for this, that, various activities, And I've seen that the incubators are, not doing much. I've seen the incubators of most of the colleges doing very good work, but how many actually translate to a company? So that's what I talk about when we get why funding plays such a big role, and be it a VC funding, be it a funding from an alumni of this college or whatever it may be. So we are raising funding from 100,000 to $1 billion. We have not actually raised $1 billion, but we are happy to share that one of our startups closed a 100 crore funding as of last month. We raised funding from 1 to 2 crore to 100 crore. There are $1 billion deals also. But we focus on this part that's called early stage VC. So early stage venture capitalists are the companies who are investing between somewhere between 100,000 or 1 crore, 2 crores kind of thing. And there are many such early stage VCs around the country, they are existing because our government our laws are not very supportive to angel investors. So that is why you are seeing that VCs are very good chance of getting funding for you. And these are some of the things. So we have a contact network of 800 investors. These 800 investors are 300 VC companies, PE companies. So just to tell you, there is angel which can put a very small amount, but when you get funding from an angel, everything is between you and the angel. So for example, if Ayushi is my angel investor, she'll say, Samir, I want you to go left, I have to go left. She says, I have to go right, I have to go right. So she controls a lot of what I am going to do, which may not be good for me. So I am saying it's not bad that you get an angel, but it's just that you have to get the legal term sheet in the right frame of mind. And mostly angels are they take 1 crore, they give you 1 crore or 50 lakh, they take 30% stake. But if you are going to give so much stake at this early stage, you are dead. So ideal scenario, you should raise a crore from a VC, give 10 to 12% stake, so that by the time you get Series B funding, then you still own 51% stake of the company. So a lot of you might be wondering You all read in the papers about Flipkart and all that, and everybody is thinking of the next big thing. Half of you might be thinking of internet startups. That's all bullshit. Don't think of internet startups. There are a lot of other startups you can do. And there are a lot of startups. We are representing 25 startup industries. I get 2 startup inquiries per day on LinkedIn. And the idea being, like I said, we have 50 portfolio startups, 10 countries, 11 agencies. So they are from vertical farming. Vertical farming, just to give an example, is we have a tie-up with a Canadian company which we are trying to set up in joint ventures in India. And one vertical farm, let's say somewhere in Vashi, with a 15,000 square feet warehouse. Vertical farm is where you will have, let's say, aluminum rods which are vertical, and the plants will not be getting soil. They will get everything through some liquid nutrient, and they are in petri dishes. The plants are in petri dishes, and it's a hydro farm. It's a hydrophobic. There is steam in that warehouse which will water the plants. So in this, my vertical farm from Canada, it can grow 1 crop cycle every 15 days. Whereas, normal agri cycle is 1 to 2 crop cycles in 12 months. So my startup can make 15 days crop cycle, that is 24 crop cycles a year. In 1 crop cycle, in 15,000 square feet, we can grow 2.2 million kilos of tomatoes in every 15 days. And this tomato, I can price it whatever I want. And the sales pitch for this is from farm to fork in 24 hours. So the tomato grows in Vashi today, and it comes to the cup parade or the richest people of Bombay the next day. And this is not something, the uniqueness is vertical farming. But there's a listed company called Parag Dairy Limited, which is, yes, brochure came to my house, and I stay in South Bombay, and they say that they sell cow's milk 1 liter 100 rupees. Cow's milk is 48 rupees a liter. So this Parag Dairy thing, they send me a small sample bottle. Imagine, to market the product, they send along the brochure they give 250 ml of milk. I drank the milk, it was superb. And their sales pitch is untouched by human hands. So right from the cow's teat to the bottle, nobody touches it. So, and it's like I said, it's an IPO company, it's an old company, but it's with new technology. It's 100 rupees. It appeals to the urban consumer. So one of my startups got funding from Mr. Rihan Khan, who's one of the big investors in the market. And it's a vegan startup, and then they're going to raise investment from Bitcoin and all this is all on the US market. However, my tomato startup is very, very much, we want to form Indian JVs for the Canadian startup, and I think and this JV costs to set up the vertical farm costs $1.5 million or 10 crore rupees. And out of this 10 crore rupees, 70% funding will be arranged by the government of Canada. So this is how we tie up the whole picture together. So what we do is we do raise funding for startups. We also do corporate sales for the startups. Like I pitch to you videos for everyone video. So you will say, sir, get our video made. Yes, you will get your video made. We get a 20% sales commission for every corporate sale that we do for our portfolio startup. So it motivates us. When we raise funding, we get a percentage commission, which is 3% or 4%, because it's $1 million or very large amount. But for corporate sales, we charge a 20% sales commission for what we do. So one of our startups is make something called a paper palette, and we are talking to one of the big business groups, the group CFO, top 5 India's group, and the product is a paper palette which replaces wooden pallets, and we are telling the corporate that our startup, the startup name is RecoPro, it's BITS Pilani Startup of the Year, and the startup we are offering a annualized cost saving of 25 lakhs per annum to the corporate, and the PO value, my friends, for replacing the wooden pallets, that is that they save 25 lakhs. Our PO value is going to be, R as in the the corporate will give the startup a 1 CRPO, 1 crore PO, out of which we will get 20%. So now you understand what have I said in these things. It's a startup, yes. It's a top 5 India house, yes. Why should a top 5 India house buy from a startup? Because they have got all the parent international certifications, every kind of thing that top corporate asks us, everything we've got, that startup has got. So this is the kind, if you are starting a manufacturing startup or anything like that, you have to have this kind of thing. And many people are of the confusion as to what should I raise VC funding, should I raise angel funding, what is the typical thing. So you all would know that initially startups get funding from friends and family and things like that, that may be 5 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever it may be. But beyond that, when you are even going for an angel funding, you have to think in terms of my startup is such that I've got this huge demand and I need to execute this, I need funding. That is the real startup which needs funding. So example, if my pallet guy has got a production capacity of 100 pallets a month, and now because of this big corporate order he has to do 500 pallets a month, he definitely needs funding, and which investor will not give him that. So it's like that. So a lot of the times we try at the startup. So another analogy to this is that if the startup gets a corporate order from this group, so we are talking to Reliance Industries, we are talking to Mahindra, suppose you are making a clutch plate for Bajaj Auto's next electric bike. Okay, that clutch plate PO itself will make your life. You will get a bank loan, you will not need funding. So one corporate order can change your life. So this is what we do. And a lot of people say, boss, we mentor. I said, what is mentorship? And your people, I am spending time here, what am I getting in return? Okay, Jai Hind College, no, that is not a thing. This is fine, this is my choice. It is my duty to give back to Jai Hind College. Beyond these 2-3 hours, I have discussed with your professor how we can engage the outcome. What I discussed with your professors is not of very consequence at this stage. What is of consequence for you at this stage is whenever you are asking any mentor for help, be very clear. Don't lose your self-respect. You tell the mentor, sir, I am going to give you this much money or this much equity or this much I am going to give you. Don't go like a beggar asking, and don't go like a beggar for funding also. Never beg. Because beggar, that's what it looks like in the market when startups approach us, sir, can you get us funding, this, that. I tell them it's not a joke. We take 3 months to raise funding. We change our startup pitch deck from a Maruti Alto to a Mercedes-Benz, hundreds of other things. The whole point is when you tie up with a mentor, make sure he benefits. You should be defining what is it for me. And don't look at me back today. I'm not going to type with any one of you. All our startups are very much into revenue and big stage. So that's what. But something I would definitely like to share with you. That this startupsecrets.com, I would like you to note that URL and join that website, because there is a platform where people like me or 50 vendors like me, we keep on giving free ideas as to how to raise funding or what is the competitive differentiator and things like that. And please add the name Samir Dahotre Perspective. Please search it on YouTube and add yourself to our YouTube channel, because I will not be putting any more videos of myself. I will be putting our startup videos, because that's what matters. These are our contact details. This one. So that's what I meant, that we are doing this, we are doing brand building, and we try and get your newspaper coverage in Times of India or something like that. We have a network of media contacts. Are there any questions at this stage? Anybody? Okay. So like I said, we represent all sorts of startups. Anything you sort of, I don't want this just a representation, but think of anything can be a startup. I was talking to your management on the sports startups and how you all are trying to do that. I spoke to Mr. Kulkarni, fantastic person. Your professors are doing a great job on this, and I think it's a very pioneering institute. And that what, like I said, we were discussing downstairs that only. How this MBA or the sports graduation course will lead to a startup being born over the next 6 months, along with the college's help, and suppose hopefully even I can help you all guys over the long term. So, so like we said, we talk about revenue, because revenue ke bina there is nothing. So this is what our thing was to cover. Ideation is your startup idea, defining your vision. People ask, then there are things like vision statement, mission statement. Just forget all this. You get to the idea. People in the market, be it mentors, be it investors, they are basically looking to clearly understand whether your idea can they immediately relate to it. So that, you know, many times they say about 5-minute elevator pitch. So like I should introduce about me, but I am like rocket science salesman. You know, not that. That's a very touching story, by the way. But what I mean to say, if you meet me in a Churchgate local, I'll give you my card and I'll start selling you about perspective. Then you'll say, you'll say you're a student. So why are you telling me this, sir? I mean, I'm a student. I says, you will get me another startup. You will get me somebody else to pay for my services. You understood? So that is what it is. But most people of us, we don't understand. The biggest salespeople are lawyers and doctors. Do you all ever negotiate with doctor for fees? Discount मांगते हो क्या कभी? नहीं. क्यों? Ask him for discount. Or before going to the consultation, say, sir, I am having some problem, this, that. He will give you a discount. The problem is you don't ask for it, and other problem is we feel doctors are Bhagwan in this country. Nobody is a Bhagwan. Okay? So always learn that time is money, and learn the first thing, that learn how to be a salesman. And if you are not a salesman, don't be an entrepreneur. Go and do a job, because that's all your work. So defining your vision, finding if there is a market gap and why it is required. So this is a very important thing. So who's a successful entrepreneur? That Bhelwala outside your college. Why? He got the permission outside Jai Hind College. Who's the market? Thousands of students of Jai Hind College. So that's it. I challenge you to make as much as turnover as him in 3 years. Open challenge to anybody out here in your startup at any stage in your life. So that's what I am saying. To become an entrepreneur, and that guy also you might feel, sir, उसने तो सही जगह दिया, BMC को पैसा दिया, ये किया वो किया. अरे we can only say ना, you don't know. You are all from good background. You think what a thing his background is. He might be from BR or UP. You know how much thing he's an outsider, and still he is standing here and he's put up that stall outside Jai Hind College. So sources of funding at idea stage, financing yourself for the 12 ideal co-founding team, I think, and traction is where you are getting revenues. And this is a book I read, Lean Startup by Eric Rice. Then this is very most startups fail on competition analysis. So normally when a startup presents to me, I ask him what's your competition. So one of my startups is a competitor to Delivery, which is the largest logistics company in the country, and Rivigo, which is another logistics company. So Delivery's model is they don't own the trucks, and they have a unicorn. And there's another logistics company, Rivigo, which owns the truck. And my startup, I will not tell you the name, they are doing something like so much turnover, and they are having logistics. Their model is similar to Rivigo, which is they own the trucks and do the last mile delivery. They are the Flipkart logistics partner of the year. So in that 12-point table, I have compared two massive companies to a 4 crore company. So I have given the differentiators. My one differentiator of my startup is delivery time within 24 hours, within 12 hours, which both these big guys can't do. So then we do a competitive analysis, then we do a competitive mode analysis on those same 12 points. So what is a competitive mode? A competitive mode are those points where you will develop a products and features. So I'm your competitor, what's your name? Mohit comes up and he says, sir, I have got these great features. I'll say, boss, मेरा startup यही है. I'm going to kill you. So Mohit will say, sir, छोड़ दो आपके बस की बात नहीं है. I'll say, क्यों भाई? Sir, we develop these competitive mode points and he'll which will take me a year to copy. So these are the competitive mode. That is something which most people don't miss out. And like I said, unless you're very, very solid, a lot of startups, one of my startups, the guy is a software engineer. He is working, gets a good salary, works in Middle East, and he started a startup called Fredbox, which is a Zoho desk, help desk equivalent, plus a physical call center. So I'll give you the elevator pitch about that startup a bit later. But key thing is, he was doing a job for 2 years, and in the last 2 years, his startup did turnover of 60 lakhs. So that is an achievement, and this client is government of Jharkhand. So for the call center there are the call center for the government of Jharkhand, 2 departments of the government of Jharkhand. So that is something which is admirable, that somebody who can do a job and a revenue generating startups. I think we've covered this. Like I said, I was working 17 years in Infosys, Microsoft, HCL, all in sales. I've been a Microsoft Salesman of the Year. And a lot of the contacts are there. And my father is also ex-chairman of Bank of India, and he knows Mr. Suresh Prabhu. I met Mr. Suresh Prabhu thanks to my father's profile. And so that's the average. I mean, basic thing is I've done in the last 6 years. I've done various. I was doing consulting, sales for first 3-4 years, and this incubator I have started barely 1 year back, and we are rocking, by the way, because there is nobody who offers this 360-degree services which people do. So basically, now what the point here is that I'm not here to sell myself, right? You're here to learn from me. So you see that. The normal guy, he's got a sales career, then he's a serial entrepreneur, and just assume prospective wants to raise funding. So this is the slide, how my skills are related to my business. So we have the expertise across sectors, we have the sales career, I had an e-commerce startup myself, so nobody can challenge me. I have had an e-commerce startup which reached Alexa India rank of 23,000. So if you run an e-commerce startup, Alexa India rank is 23,000. India rank is pretty good rank because a lot of the startups who got 50,000, 70,000 rank raised $1 million, $2 million funding, and I had raised only $50,000 funding 4-5 years back from my own internet startup. Network connections that will be coming up. This I have already covered. So the key thing is that it's always good to be supported by an accelerator incubator. If your college provides that or somebody provides that, it's a lot of help. But remember that help goes only for 3 to 6 months. Beyond that, you have to succeed in that. So some of the people who have inspired me. So see, I am a self-made. I call myself investment banking firm. Okay, because only thing is that we don't have a there's a technical legality around that, but we are an investment banking firm where we take a project report, we convert your startup pitch deck from Maruti Alto into a Mercedes Benz. So we have done these we have a perfect Excel which we give to the startup, we have a perfect email introduction Word document which we give to the startup, and so the whole point is that what I'm trying to say that this is whatever I am today, I have so many mentors, like that Michael Stock guy I talked to, and these mentors are not one or two I might have met, but others are just somebody who I read about. Michael Stock example, I've never met him, but he's my inspiration since 2 years now. He's put me in Startup Secrets, so I am feeling very proud to be a part of Startup Secrets. Michael Stock is a big VC guy in US, and he's the guy I admire. And you see Michael Stock's YouTube videos, And I would recommend you to write that Michael Skok YouTube, MICHAELSKOK. Michael Skok, Harvard Innovation Lab. Harvard Innovation Lab on YouTube. And there are 10 videos. So he covers all these slides which I talked about the stages of a startup life now. There are 10 videos. So you see your 10 videos, then your startup MBA is done automatically. So, so again it is Michael Skok, Harvard Innovation Lab. So there's another question: how does an MBA help startups? It does not teach you enterprise sales. It does not teach you about digital marketing. So there are so many things to learn about digital marketing. How do you learn about digital marketing? One is you can join a course, and others to do. See, I have learned a lot of things just through the internet. So whatever, because if you are a startup and you are going to reach out, even if you are a food startup and you are going to reach out through online, then the website, the SEO, the keyword SEO, which led to my Alexa Ride, for example. So I took a lot of help from the experts. I didn't pay a lot of money, but I took the help of the experts to get my thing, to get my writing. So that's what this was. Slide one. There was an MBA batch. IIT MBA College, Institute for Leadership, and it's like an MBA entrepreneurship kind of college. But their course doesn't cover anything what we talk about. So Drone Nation started in